was really poorly done. Now, this is partially because you're A, not linking it back to the question enough, and B, three things. Not linking it back to the question, not linking it to your thesis, and not fulfilling the points of the module. Most of what I've said today is I've partially excluded a little bit, but the fact is you have to link it to the third layer of the three-layer model, being your understanding and the greater depth. And most people have not done that enough. The one thing you have to be able to do is come to conclusions about statements that are made in the text. If we take the example, beware the Ides of March, we already know contextually that superstition and religion plays a huge role in this text, right? In this era. When Caesar disregards this, he's disregarding a prophetic fallacy. He's trying to disregard something inevitable, right? What conclusions can you make from that when Caesar disregards the inevitable, when he tries to change his own faith? Nelson. Is arrogant, yeah? And so further from this, we see that, first of all, superstition is important. Second of all, Caesar is super freaking arrogant. Third of all, we know it's a prophetic fallacy, so he's going to die anyway, regardless of what he does. Okay? These are conclusions you have to be making and stating throughout your text. It is not enough you simply say, okay, he disregards the prophet. And then moving on, you want to be making, from this we can draw on different examples. Like, if you want to make good example choice, like I said before, linking conceptually instead of when you link conceptually, from that you can say, he's extremely arrogant. This is portrayed, or this is manifest through his presentation as a colossus, like a colossus, where he's presented, above society as a deific being, right? These conclusions you can make, and these portrayals can be linked to other portrayals, and such is representations, right? And this is the third layer you have to be making. But most of all, you have to be linking it back to the question. So if our question was before, how different, or all acts are acts of manipulation, yeah? This is pretty much you'd be saying, okay, Caesar's larger than life, or extreme arrogance, is his manipulation of his own image. He's making his portrayal of himself as a deific being by disregarding things, by living a life that's larger than everyone else, by being someone everyone aspires to. And this is what you're trying to link it back to the question. Use keywords from the question. It's an act of manipulation. It is something that, was the previous question, that it's unique, or whatever the other word was. Evocative, right? These are evocative methods of presenting the concepts. These are the links you have to be making. When you're looking at related texts, you want to be explicitly linking back. So if you did a related text where somebody also is very arrogant when they're in political power, you can say, this directly links to Caesar's portrayal of himself, where he disregards the soothsayer. It's okay to use examples from your other texts in your related, as long as you don't make it that centric, right? Put it as an example, as a one-liner. Maybe only half a line on that. But try to make it explicit. These links are things you have to tie together. Tie it back to your thesis if you can't tie it to the question, because your thesis ties it to the question inevitably, right? Alright, since we've only got 20 minutes left, I decided we'd do the one thing that everybody loves doing, which is going on